Alright everyone, WeaponCollector here. Right, thought I'd do a quick update and show you some of the knives I got recently. I had quite a few knives for my birthday and a couple I just bought myself. So yeah, I thought I'd show you those and do an update basically. So, I'll just start with the knives, shall I? So, I'll show you the folders, and each of the knives, the ones I've sort of had a bit of experience with, I'll tell you what I think of them. So, for my birthday, I bought myself two knives. A German Army knife copy and a British Army knife copy. I think that's what it's called anyway. Both around about a tenner. Both from, I think it was soldieroffortune.co.uk, something like that. Now the German Army knives, if you've not seen them, were originally made by Victorinox, and they're like a larger version of the Swiss Army penknives basically. This is a cheap Miltech version. It's alright for a tenner, put it that way. If you want a good one, buy a proper, buy a Victorinox one. But it's got all the features that the originals had. So the cover for the saw and all that. And that's what I wanted, because my very first knife was one of these. So I thought I'd get myself a copy, just so I can have a replica of my very first knife. So yeah, that's the German Army knife. Not bad knives, I would recommend them. For a tenner, pretty good. One of the scales is ever so slightly loose on the corner, but nothing a bit of super glue wouldn't sort out very quickly. Other than that, yeah, pretty good for a tenner, I reckon, anyway. You can get those everywhere. The other one was the British Army knife copy, with all, most of the people would have seen these. Again, about a tenner. For a tenner, not too bad. Put it this way, you get what you paid for with a tenner. You know what I mean? You're not going to get anything brilliant. But I wanted to get a copy of them, and then if I liked them enough, I'd get the real thing. Because although you can get these really cheap from car boot sales and that, round my way, I think there must be some kind of rule for the local car boots round my way that they're not allowed to have weapons, or not weapons, sorry, knives and stuff like that. Because you literally, the whole car boot sale, you will not see a single knife, a single air rifle, nothing at all in the ones I go to. But I think there is another one that does air rifles and that, reasonably close, but I've not been to that one for years. Anyway, yeah, so not bad for a tenner. As I say, you get what you pay for. Slight little bit of blade play. The marlin spike's pretty good. If that's what you call it, I can't remember now. No blade play in that. There was a little crack in one of the scales before it arrived, and that scale has now cracked even more, but it's not coming off or anything. Yeah, again, alright for a tenner. That's some I bought myself. For my birthday I bought a couple of cold steel knives. I don't know if I've shown you these already. I'll show you the folder first. So, Z on my birthday got me a cold steel Pro Light with the clip point. I think you can get a Tanto version of this as well. Very nice, comfortable knife. Really nice sharpness on it. Cuts really well. When I was making the sheath for this, to do the slits just there, I used this. Actually, I think I used this knife to cut some of this out. I cut through that 3mm thick leather like it was nothing. Yeah, so very good edge on that. Quite a comfortable blade. I have been EDCing this. The sort of groove there does nicely fit in my hand. Sort of perfect for my hand. So my first two fingers fit in the groove really well. Yeah, it's actually a nice comfortable knife if you've never had one. And they're reasonably priced. I think they're about 30 quid, I think. And I would say it's worth that. It is a really nice knife, really. It's got the triad lock. The only thing with the triad lock, if you put any pressure on the blade when you try and unlock it, it locks up, obviously. So you have to press the lock first and then unlock it. But that's just a habit you have to get into, really. But yeah, totally ambidextrous and all that. Pocket clip, don't normally like pocket clips, they tend to get in the way, and this one does a little bit, but not terribly, not like some. Yeah, there was that. That's been EDC'd to a degree, because I did fix one of my other knives, and now that's ending up being EDC'd. Where is it? I fixed this recently, so now that's getting EDC'd. The scales fell off years ago. I do love a good buck style knife with finger grooves. I always had a thing about knives with finger grooves for some reason. I just think they look really nice. Anyway, that's a different story. So the other knife, the other cold steel knife from Z.Z. So this is the GI Tanto. I'll tell you what, again, that is a lovely, lovely knife. Really like that. I'm a big fan of Tantos, and that's a big, wide Tanto. Comfortable handle as well. I wasn't sure about this. I know a lot of people don't like them, these handles. I find that's alright, really. It's a nice basic handle. There's not much to it, but it's rounded over. It's flat, where it should be. Yeah, very comfortable, decent size. I'll have to get that out and actually, cut some bottles with it or do something. Lovely sheath as well. I do like a good sheath like that. It's not Kydex, is it? It's Securex. I do like any sheath that can be mounted in all different positions and has holes for a leg tie, because I can't stand a knife that needs holding. Do you know what I mean by that? Like if it's on your belt, when you go to pull it up and it's doing that drives me around a bend. So a leg tie, you see, you don't have to either hold the sheath with one hand or let the sheath pull up. Yeah. Me personally, I think a leg tie is essential on a sheath. You'll see any sheath I make will always have a leg tie on it, if possible. But yeah, absolutely lovely that. I've not really had a chance to use it yet though, but I certainly will do. So there's that. Peachinator video base, bought me a Mora. This is which one's this? I think it's the carbon one. I don't know the actual model of it, but yeah, good old classic Mora. Can't beat it really, can you? But I've never actually owned a Mora, as far as I'm aware. I've got Halter Thors, Haytex Outdoors, and other ones. But now I do, thanks to Peach. That's the Mora Companion Carbon MG. There you go, it's the Mora Companion. Thanks to Peach, I now have a Mora. So yeah, cheers Peach. So whenever someone says, have you got a Mora? I can now say yes. Not a lot to show with the old Moras, you know what I mean? We all know the Moras, don't we? This is one that Mark got me. He made the sheath, and it was a blade blank, Condor blade blank, and he did the handles for it. Again, this one hasn't had a lot of use because I've not really had a chance yet. But yeah, lovely knife. Decent edge on it, nice sort of Scandi grind by the looks of it, and a homemade sheath by Mark as well. Probably just about to get a string through there for a leg tie. But yeah, very nice that. And then lastly for the knives that I got recently, because I'm going to put my dad's Fairbairn Sights fighting knife, which is up there, I don't think you can quite see it, in a display case, I've had to buy a cheap one to replace it. Now I didn't go for a proper replica because they're a bit too dear just to be sat up there. They're about at least 50 quid, maybe more, with a bit of postage added on. Now those knives are worth that money, but for me to have it just sat there wasn't really, any point. So I bought this because it looks quite like it on the board from a distance. This was from Blades UK. It's not a bad knife. I think it's slightly overpriced for what it is. It was 24 quid with £4 postage. It's just about worth that. You know, this isn't any reflection on Blades UK. Obviously, they buy these knives to sell. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't say this is terrible. But if you want a Fairbairn Sykes proper replica, do not buy this. But if you want a nice dagger that looks like a Fairbairn Sykes, yeah, it's probably all right. Pakistan blade. It's a nice blade. Solid brass handle. And granted, there's not a single bit of movement in any part of this. The guard doesn't move, the blade doesn't move. So that's solid as a rock. The sheath, right, I've got a proper Fairbairn Sykes fighting knife and sheath. It's a replica sheath, but made exactly to how they used to be. And that makes this sheath look like a piece of crap. If I hadn't ever seen that, I might have thought, yeah, that's not too bad. You know what I mean? But it looks the part, you know. I reckon that should be 20 quid. So slightly overpriced, but not you know, for display and that, it's worth that. So yeah, that'll be going up there just so it looks like the Fairbairn Sykes is still there. So a quick update. There should be plenty of videos coming. I'm getting a bit, like, my motivation's gone a bit at the minute because the views are low. I'm not in a good mood. Yeah, but that'll go, and then I'll be back. There's been a lot of weird, like, annoying stuff going on. My PayPal account has been shut down, so that means no income now. So it means I can't sell quivers. I can't sell, well, not through PayPal anyway. I can't sell anything. Can't receive any money from any of the things. I'm going to have to change all of those things to bank account, and then hope people will buy stuff. Would people buy quivers through bank transfer? I suppose they would. It's the only way I'll be able to do it now, really, unless they unsuspend my PayPal account. But I've got a feeling they're going to shut it down. It's just the main issue with, I had a couple of accounts shut down before because I could never prove my identity because I didn't have a photo ID. I never had a passport or a driving licence before, so I literally couldn't give them the information they wanted, so they would shut my accounts down. They've done the same thing again now, but at least this time I could give them all the information, and I have, but it's been like 2 days now and they still haven't done anything. So, but we'll see, there's hope. Yeah, I've had a lot of weird stuff go on. So I had a package, right, and I thought, oh yeah, I can't wait for this, so I can make my Gladius. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this. You should be able to see this slightly better on this camera. But I wanted to make a Gladius with a blade about that big, with one of the Anglo Arms Bolo machetes. Well, the package arrived yesterday, and one of the things was essentially broken, and the Bolo machete wasn't even in the package, and this was. So here's an Anglo Arms Bolo machete for you. They've accidentally sent me an Anglo Arms 24-inch baseball bat. So I've emailed them yesterday, 5 minutes after this stuff arrived, saying, you know, you sent me the wrong thing, and one of the things is broken. They sent me a machete with a bent blade as well. So that means 2 of the projects that was going to get done aren't getting done now for a while. So yeah, that's that fact. Hopefully I may get a package today with 2 machetes. No, a machete, sorry, and a blade blank. So at least I can get on with something like that. Yeah, a lot of the things I want to do, I can't do at the minute. Yeah, a bit of a nightmare. Yeah, you know there'll be plenty coming. So this will be on today, and then tomorrow I'll have on a £10 weapon build challenge. There's still quite a few of those to come. And then Friday night I'll probably stream, and then depending on how that one goes, I'll probably stream Saturday as well. Yeah, that's about it for an update really. I just thought I'd fill you in on some of the weird shit that's going on at the minute that's getting on my nerves. So yeah, Oh well. Doesn't matter. We'll get sorted out eventually. If I have to give up on PayPal, I'll just do something else. Bank transfers. It'll make it all more difficult for me, but there's not a lot I can do really, is there? Right. Cheers for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you soon. See you later.